Hello and welcome, dear food lovers. Your chef, Kanan Badalov, has something extraordinarily delicious for you today. Have you ever seen 1001 chicken guts? These little chewy morsels are hidden gems tucked inside chickens. Offal is often dismissed as waste, but once you discover a good recipe, you'll never see it the same way again. In Azerbaijan, people love cooking offal like liver, guts, heart, kidneys, brains, tongue, and stomach. It's part of a long-standing tradition known as nose-to-tail cooking. This practice developed as a mindful way to use the whole animal. Before we dive into this episode, make sure you've subscribed and liked the video. Two important things to do before we get cooking. Of all the offal, chicken guts have been my favorite since childhood. What I love most is their gamey taste and chewy texture, especially when I roast them with onions. They absorb the sweet umami notes and become a flavor explosion. One of the biggest misconceptions about offal is that it smells awful and that this affects the taste. Yes, some of it can have a strong smell, but that doesn't mean you should write it off. This little fella will soon join us in the kitchen, but first, let's go over some theory before we start practicing. As I said earlier, offal often gets a bad reputation, but here's my advice. Try it before you judge, clean it well, trim the unwanted parts, and let it shine on your dinner table. I'll give you a few tips on removing unwanted odors and boosting the flavor. When I cook guts or stomach, I boil them with spices and herbs plus onions and garlic. Let them slow cook for about an hour to develop a rich, flavorful broth. This slow process gives the chicken guts a hearty, robust taste. I'm adding coriander seeds for a spicy, pungent kick. Some cinnamon sticks to amplify the spice even more. Try to find your own set of spices and herbs. Over the years, I've developed my own blend. For example, I've recently started adding soy sauce. You know, I'm not into giving strict cooking instructions. I want my viewers to experiment and find their own flavors. Cook mindfully. Each time you prepare a dish, ask yourself, oh, what do I like about it? What don't I like? What would I change next time? This mindset will help you build a deeper understanding of cooking. Now that the broth is ready, let's toss in the guts. Most of the work is done. Now, let's have some tea. So tell me, do you believe in mindful cooking? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. The hot steam from the samovar rises and curls between me and the camera, so thick I can barely see through it. I love this part. That first splash of boiling water over the dry tea leaves. The scent that escapes in that exact moment says everything. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up while you're sipping your tea. This sweet companion to my tea is called kalva. Even the word sounds rich and velvety. There are many types of kalva, but the one I'm enjoying right now is made from sunflower seeds. Honestly, I feel like I could take a nap. Whenever I have tea with something sweet, it hits me. I get sleepy almost instantly. But duty calls. Still, even a quick 4-minute nap can work wonders, just enough to recharge and reset. Now I'm whipping up a sharp, pungent sauce. A bit of lemon juice goes in to brighten and intensify those bold, tangy flavors.
Perfect sauce.
One of my go-to garnishes for kebabs and grilled meats. Thinly sliced onions tossed with sumac and fresh herbs. Sumac has a tangy, citrusy kick that cuts through the richness of meat and brings out every layer of flavor. Just a sprinkle, and the whole dish comes alive. We're making 2 kinds of sauces today.
Vinegar.
You've already seen the first one come together. Now it's time for the second. This one's my favorite. It pairs beautifully with almost any kind of meat. Savory, rich, even buttery cuts. All you need is an egg yolk, a spoonful of mustard, some olive oil, and a splash of vinegar. Mix it well until it turns smooth and glossy. That's it. Simple, fast, and packed with flavor. The sauce is ready. Just look at that buttery texture. Smooth, rich, exactly how it should be. Now that the chicken guts are prepped, it's time to give them a proper roast. The pan is nice and hot, just how we want it. Time to toss in this little army of chicken guts. Roasting is key here. It brings out the depth of flavor, crisps up the edges, and gets rid of any excess moisture. I want them golden, slightly caramelized, not just cooked through, but full of character. While the pan does its job, I glance outside and the kids are playing with the dog. They're running around, laughing, completely in their own world. Look at these crisped chicken guts, piled high on a bed of fresh salad leaves. The contrast is perfect. Warm, rich meat on cool, crunchy leaves. It's rustic, bold, exactly how it should be. Let's not forget about the garnish.
Я делаю.
Check.
These two sauces pair quite well with the chicken guts. They're completely different, yet together they give you range, fire, and comfort. Bite and balance. Choose your mood or alternate between the two. Either way, the chicken guts don't stand a chance. And that's it, my friends. We've reached the finale.
Guys, thank you for watching. If you like, don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. Thank you.
I'm glad we had the chance to cook together and maybe even break a few myths about offal. These so-called unwanted parts can be full of flavor and heart when treated right. Until next time, dear food companions, your chef, Kanan Badalov.